Coming up tonight, government embarks on efforts to uplift standard of living for all. MSG Police Commissioners discuss regional security challenges, and Fiji officially welcomes survivors of the Japanese tsunami. Good evening, I'm Sandra Assam. Socio-economic development reforms for all Fijians will continue as outlined in the Strategic Framework for Change, Peace and Progress and the Roadmap for Democracy and Sustainability Socioeconomic Development. This was re-emphasized today by Prime Minister Bainimarama, adding government will continue to embark on efforts to uplift the standard of living for all Fijians.
Along with the announcement of the constitutional process, Prime Minister PM Bainimarama says government has made significant progress over the past several years and cannot lose the momentum of implementing these reforms around the country. In discussing the constitutional process, the head of the civil service reiterated that the Attorney General's office is the ministry responsible for elections and the constitution, and will be supported by all government ministries and agencies. Regarding the constitutional process announced by the Prime Minister, the Commander of the Land Force, Colonel Mosese Tukitonga, will also respond to queries. This coming Monday, the 19th of March, the Prime Minister will meet with permanent secretaries, heads of departments and divisional commissioners to emphasize government's priorities and monitor the progress of socio-economic development around the country.
Fiji's Commissioner of Police, Brigadier Ioane Naivalurua, in welcoming fellow MSG Police Commissioners to the second Special Police Commissioners Conference, believes that the successful implementation of the conference outcomes will determine other significant issues pertaining to law, order and security challenges in the region.
The first special PCC, held in Honiara, Solomon Islands in 2010, had resolved a number of issues which covered the areas of police cooperation, the formed police unit, the establishment of the Regional Police Academy, and information sharing network amongst MSG member states. However, Commissioner Naivalurua says there's still a lot of work to be done, thus the need for more forward planning to enable the MSG Police to effectively address pressing issues within the Pacific region.
We cannot count a mile when we are still trying to make a step, but can only complete a mile when we all work towards common goals within the national level and regional level through very close cooperation. Today we meet again after a series of meetings in 2011 to continue our deliberations on the issues that continue to affect our region and our people. And it is our responsibility to ensure that we advance some of these issues.
Commissioner Naivalurua also welcomed for the first time the Director General of the MSG Secretariat, Mr. Peter Forau, whom Commissioner Naivalurua described as a leader who had Melanesia at heart.
I believe that's symbolic of his commitment in trying to understand why we meet, what we meet on, and more importantly for the hard stuff for his office and his staff is what they could do to find solutions or resolution to some of the issues that you and I discussed. So, sir, thank you. Can we just give a big hand to our Director General?
In reciprocating the welcome by the Commissioner, MSG Director General Peter Forau was overwhelmed with the hospitality, adding that it once again reflected the true nature of Melanesian spirit.
I'm very impressed and very happy too to know that in Melanesia, as it is in Fiji, that spirit of respect and recognition, and also ensuring that we feel at home here in Fiji is there, and very happy about that indeed.
The newly appointed chairperson of Fiji's Constitution Commission, Professor Yash Gai, says government should review all laws that restrict freedom in Fiji to ensure frank discussions around the Constitution. The veteran Constitution maker's appointment has been generally welcomed.
The appointment of Professor Gai by government is to administer consultations and drafting of a new document to be signed off by the end of February next year. Professor Gai is a former UN rapporteur on human rights in Cambodia and veteran of 15 constitutions. The veteran constitution maker says a good process requires the freedom for people to meet, discuss and lobby. Yes, Guy says Fiji's laws should be reviewed and changed if necessary before discussions begin. Professor Guy, who is currently drafting constitutions for Libya and Somalia, appears confident of Fiji's plan outlined by the head of government, PM Bainimarama, last week. Guy said Fiji had a good Bill of Rights in the now abrogated 1997 constitution, and he thinks laws should be restored to a state where they are compatible with these guarantees.
The Fiji government today officially welcomed the 11 students from Japan as part of the Help Japan initiative. These students are those affected by the devastating tsunami of last year and will be hosted in the country for a year.
Today marked a very important day for 11 students from Tohoku, Japan, as they were officially welcomed by the Fijian government. The students, 5 of whom are in secondary school and the other 6 in the Fiji National University, were amazed at the display of Fijian culture this morning. In opening the ceremony, a minute of silence was observed for the thousands that died in the devastating tsunami of March 11, 2011. This morning, the select students whose schools were destroyed as a result of the tsunami were welcomed traditionally. They were firstly garlanded and informed that by accepting the garlands, they were adopting Fiji as their homes. After the garlanding, the students witnessed firsthand the traditional welcome accorded to people of high importance with the Ngalongalovi, a sevu-sevu, and then a traditional cover ceremony. The chief guest at the ceremony and the Education Minister, Philippe Mbole, says the students are now part of Fiji.
I, as the Minister for Education representing the Fiji government, am indeed pleased that Fiji has reached out to assist in the provision of education to students whose schools and universities were affected by the tsunami and the earthquake. This reminds me of the American poet Helen Steiner's wise words, and I quote her, "In this troubled world, it's refreshing to find someone who still has time to be kind, who's ready by deed to reach out a hand in the hour of need," unquote.
Coming up after the break, Fiji creates another international world-class event. Consumers urged to stand up for their rights, and SDL given permit.